Today I wanted to go over progression. Progression as far as working out goes. So, how often should you change your workout? This is a really big question. I think that trainers get more than anything, and it's sad because the the reason we get the question is because we have to bring it up first. So typically, I'll go up to somebody and say, "Hey, man, when was the last time you changed your workout?" I'll be like, "Oh, dude, like I actually ran into a guy, man, probably like a month or two ago in one of the gyms that I used to work at, and I was working out there." And I was like, when I walk up to him, and I haven't seen him in, man, probably like 2 years. I mean, since I trained him, and I was like, dude, he's still working out here. So I walked over to him. I was like, dude, you know what's going on? And he's like, man, everything's great. I'm doing the same workout that you showed me. And I'm like, dude, that was 2 years ago. Like I'm like, oh my gosh. So, I trained him for a while. I trained him for I don't know 3 4 months, and we did a bunch of different stuff, and and I was like, dude, okay, it's time to change it again. Like let's make some progression here. So I mean, he looks great to be honest, but I mean, a workout isn't intended to last you for for very long, at least not that long. Now you can go back to it and cycle through it, but you don't want to just keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. So so progression is really interesting because progression can also mean you have to digress every once in a while. And so, for instance, so I do a lot of deadlifts and squats. So let's say I hit a PR, which is a personal record, right? So let's say I go and I deadlift 400 pounds, right? And that's the most I've ever deadlifted in my life. And I'm like, oh my gosh. The next week, I probably, or the next time I deadlift, maybe not even like the next week, it probably wouldn't be a good idea to keep trying for that new PR and that personal record, just because I've already taxed my body to the point of building up to that, right? So sometimes I have to digress and go back down. Maybe I'll go about down to 315 and just kind of take it easy there, at least for a while, and then try to build back up, right? So there's other things to work on aside from just hitting numbers, right? And this is the same thing in weight loss too. So weight loss is really confusing because a lot of people want to just continually lose like 1 pound a week, 2 pounds a week. Now you have to know that that's an average, right? So if you open up an app, like a MyFitnessPal or something like that, it actually asks you how many pounds do you want to lose a week, and you have to put that in, right? So when you put that in, that basically that app is giving you the impression that you have to lose this amount of weight, and if you don't, then you're not doing something right. Well, this is wrong. So now average, yes, I mean maybe like by the end of the year you'll lose 20 pounds, or by the end of the year you'll lose 40 pounds, or like whatever you're going for. But definitely stay away from the scale on that sense. Like you don't want to keep weighing yourself every single day and then be disappointed, because you have to think too, like how long did it take to gain the weight, right? Or how long did it take to get you to that new weight that you've been trying to lift? So you have to think of it that way too, and so you have to know. And I'm just using calories as an example here, but calories are kind of like the same thing. So some days you'll have 2,000 calories. Other days you'll have 1,300 calories. Some days you'll have 3,000 calories. Other days you'll have 1,800 calories. So it's not, you don't have to do the same thing every day is what I'm saying. So if you do the same thing every single day, what happens is your body adapts to that very, very quickly. I mean, very quickly. So my suggestion on working out is changing up your workout about every 3 to 6 weeks. So it doesn't mean you're changing up everything about it. You're kind of building up to change it again, if that makes sense. So I mean, you want to graduate from certain things. So I mean, if you're doing the chest press every time you go in the gym, or the leg press every time you go in the gym, there's better movements you could be doing than that, and you're hitting more muscles, and you're just going to benefit a lot more. And so this is why a lot of people haven't seen the progression that they want to see is because either they're scared to, to make the change, or they haven't done the research to make the change, or they're just really, they feel comfortable, like, oh, okay, well, I feel good, you know what I mean? So, well, I mean, it's great that you feel good, but don't you want to feel better? And so that's what I've always asked people. Don't you want to feel better? Yeah, I can't even name how many people I've trained off like the top of my head, but I mean thousands. You know what I mean? I mean I've done over at least 10,000 sessions in my whole life training people, and so you can meet somebody that's, whether they're 20 years old or 30 years old, it doesn't really matter. 70 years old, they are going to be comfortable at where they are, and then you make one little change and they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So progression is about variation. So that's what I want you guys to focus on, is varying your workout. And if you don't know, ask me. You know what I mean? Ask me, comment below. I would love to hear from you guys and start engaging with you a little bit more. That's something I'm really trying to work on on the NetFit Coach pages. It's just hearing your feedback and just learning how I can help you too. And so know that I'm going to have programs coming out as well. I'm going to have meal plan guides and kind of workout guides. And what I mean by guides is they aren't going to be like, here's your program, go try it. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a guide, because I want to be able to teach you guys how to actually train your body. And so that, if you haven't seen my kind of logo, my slogan, that's what it is. I want to teach you how to train your body into your ideal shape or ideal condition, whether it be your mind, your body, your just everything about who you are, right? So that's what these guides are going to be for. But thank you guys. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, definitely comment below or inbox me.